ready, we more ready. Strapped up and I'm ready. Strapped up and I'm ready. If it's a problem on a 50 where you can catch me, my squad always with me, my squad always with me. You mad you can't hit me, I swear we too shifty. Lift the weight so we war ready, on the field so we game ready. In the gym we battle ready, come kick off, you know we ready.
Here we go. Yo, Chris Kelly, come hold this.
No. That was petty. It
wasn't like,
it's
because that's a bit expensive.
Alright, and you're rolling.
It's that silky.
Hey, what's going on?
Tubby,
It's
wanna
Dick
wear my
Patterson
jacket?
here.
You
And the
want
one
some
that you hear
jacket?
talking is Goya, even though we're...
Hi, Goya.
That will be edited.
Yeah. No, it won't. We're just going to roll just like that. So, welcome to New York Patriots 2019 season. We are now in the fourth day of training camp, and we just finished our second weekend of training camp. So, what do we have going on? We have some of the players here. Let's talk first with Big Leo. Leo, how's practice been so far?
Practice has been great. We have like great group of guys coming in, bunch of players. I believe we had like 40 players, like within the last 2-3 practices.
Like,
Something that like not many teams can actually do. And other than that, like all the positions, all the groups and everything been working. It's been good.
Nice. And there has been a lot of chatter, of course, when you're a Patriot. For some reason or another, you just end up getting the attention of people. So while that attention is on us, I'm going to ask you why you think the attention is on us. But when it comes to the ECFL, can you just explain real quick what you're looking forward to? Because you saw the ECFL standings. Anybody in there that you consider to be a tough test, or how do you see it playing out?
I truly believe every team we're going to play this season should be one of those teams we need to look out for. We're not going to look down upon anybody. We're going to go out there and just pretend, take it as a championship game each game we play. I'm looking forward to making that championship run with these guys, and hopefully the result ending the season would be us holding that trophy.
And it has to start up front. So we have Carlos Ramirez over here. Carlos, what has been the status of the offensive line? What's got into them over the last 2 practices, where now we see more offensive linemen in practice than we do receivers, and we know that was a pretty big move.
Well, this season we focused on recruiting a lot of younger offensive linemen that be able to rock out and ball out and go full quarter strong, as well as we just been focused on all the mistakes that we did the last season to correct those and just be a stronger front, be way more aggressive and have more body, so we could just kill the defense and make sure that the trenches are good the whole season, because it just can't be 1 or 2 guys doing it. Got to be all 5 of us in sync doing it.
Can I add to that statement? That's one of the things that does make the New York Patriots different from a lot of teams in New York. We recruit young guys to develop them, for them to step up to that leadership role. So when we decide to step away from the game, those guys are leading this team into a better direction.
Indeed. So one of the other guys in the trenches, we made a conversion. Tubby, who was a middle linebacker for us last year, now moved to help anchor the offensive line. Tubby, what have you seen in terms of the difference between the defensive core and the offensive core from last year versus the attitude, or there's a little bit of a separation between offensive squad and defensive squad last year. Do you see that starting to erase this year?
I see a lot of guys. It's more. Last year was more, the offense this and then the defense this. This year we're coming together as a unit, as a whole. Everyone tries to help everyone get better. Any guys on defense see anything on offense, they let the coaches know, then the coaches coach it up. Any guys on offense see anything on defense, they let the coaches know, then they coach that up. So it's more of us being as a team and a family this year than 2 teams with 1 jersey, as opposed to last year.
Very nice. And you mentioned coaching, so I'm going to throw it right back to you, is that Coach C has really stepped up this year, going from the offensive position coach to offensive coordinator. So what are your thoughts in terms of how he handles things?
He handles things very well. He's more vocal this year. He's not just a line coach like last year. He's more he's more involved now. So the fact that he's the OC, we see a lot of things getting better. He breaks it down for guys. It's almost dummy proof where it's like, yo, you don't know what you're doing. It's just football is probably not for you at this level yet. But everything else is. I see the offense going to do a lot of big things this year. In the past, offense has struggled a lot, but I see Lowe's, he takes a lot of leadership in the line. We have some quarterbacks. We had quarterback issues in the past years. Now it's too many quarterbacks where it's like, which one of them are going to take the reins so we can get this show going. And we have a lot of talent in each position group: running backs, receivers, tight ends, and offensive line. You've got an offensive line with one practice. We have 12 offensive linemen. It's like we're running 5 guys. We're running 2 offenses at a practice. Not a lot of semi-pro teams do that. They could be lucky if they get 12 guys on the offense at practice.
Indeed. And I'll turn it over on this side of things. When it comes to, you just mentioned practice. How has the pace of practice and the overall structure of practice been different this year as opposed to last year?
The tempo, everything is scheduled. Everybody knows their roles, so there's no wasting time at all. Like we can't do that no more. That was last year. Moving forward, we're trying to be a championship caliber team, so we're practicing like champions. We can't waste no reps. We can't waste no time at all. If you don't know your assignments, you don't know your warm-ups, you shouldn't be here. That's just the mentality we coming in with. How about you boys?
What was the question again?
The structure of practice being different, especially when it comes to more player-led drill work and player-led movements in practice. Has that been a positive, a negative?
It's been real positive. Even for some of the guys that came onto the team late, they understood the stretching, the stretches quick, and they understood the core drills for each position quick. They seen the leadership, and they seen everybody else all in sync with the same tempo, same mind, and they just following suit. So it's been real positive, and the tempo's been up to par. We all working, and a lot of guys are sweating. That's a good sign, and there's a lot of guys there's not that much talking this season on the field, which means they all working, which is a positive thing for all of us.
Indeed, and part of that has been our new policy when it comes to uniformity. So we're in gray jerseys with black or white bottoms, Patriot issue gear, and it's caught a couple of fans at 161st Street. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Oh yeah, we had a practice one day and everything, and we had a bunch of people snapping pictures of us, recording and everything. They actually asked us to take pictures with them. I believe they were from Spain and Argentina. It was 2 different groups actually, and it was a cool experience. Like, you know, when you have fans come out of nowhere, ask you for pictures and everything. And we even did a brand endorsement. One of our players did.
That much indeed.
For
Brokerage
fans,
company or something.
yeah. A fan's business and everything. It was pretty cool.
Indeed. You talk about then the bells and whistles of this thing, and we've been talking about the X's and O's for a lot of the times. But again, as you can see here, we're hanging out at Columbia University. They're about to get started. They have their junior day today where they work big in the recruitment part of the game or what have you. But the reason why we have these guys here, and we opened it up for everybody that wanted to come and check it out, is just to see the overall structure of the college experience and the college practice. So what you'll see today is a lot of the drill work that we see these guys doing. They're going to emulate that in terms of the fine-tuning and what have you. And one of the things that Coach Al Bagnoli from Columbia does is the attention to detail, which you're going to see in a few minutes. The attention to detail in his drills and in his practice, the pace, just overall the way that they work things is definitely something that we want to emulate. Now, it does help that when you have a multi-million-dollar facility and a budget that is
Pretty
far
fast.
far further than ours, and you have a facility like this, it definitely does help. However, again, here at the Patriots, we definitely want to kind of fake it till you make it, emulate the college experience and get as close to it as possible, which includes these type of trips. So Julio, real quick, what are some of the trips and things outside of the game of football that you've been able to take and apply it to the game of football that you've done with the Patriots?
Mostly when you go out scouting teams, I think the amount of driving you do to go scout a team, Semi-Pro teams don't even do it in New York. So just getting to go see a team, how their personnel is, what they're doing at practice, and how we can prepare for those teams when we, game day comes around. That's one of the things that, is much different for the other teams I play for.
Indeed. And just really quick, we're going to end with this. One of the rookies, and I'll start this way. You can't choose the same rookie. One of the rookies that has impressed you in camp so far, and why?
I'm going to save the rookie I really want to say, because I know somebody down the line wants to say it. But one of the rookies that really impressed me this year has to probably be Ralph.
Ralph has been putting in work. That was the first. As soon as the question was asked, that was the guy that we were thinking
Ralph,
of.
Yeah, because Ralph, he comes in since day one. This is a kid who was literally his second year ever playing football. He comes in, he's on time, he's always in the proper uniform in practice. He just sets a pace for the running back position. Him and Ed, they working together, they getting right in the backfield. But Ralph, if you look at Ralph, you won't even think he's never played the game of football for that long. So
it looks like he was born with a football in his hand.
Yeah, Ralph he's definitely doing his thing.
Indeed. No pressure. Who you got?
I wanted to say Ralph, but other than Ralph, I would say we have a rookie named Allen. We call him Blue. He's came in and he's really he's been going at it nonstop for us and everything. And he listens. He has drive. If he messes up, he's not afraid to ask any questions or anything.
Alan Mock is solid. Great attitude, kid. Absolutely, 100% agree with that. Indeed. I'm going to choose Amadou Barry, number 19. This kid is...
Amadou Barry.
Yeah, I like this kid.
Quiet. I forgot about
quiet. Yeah, indeed. He's quiet, but you always see him in practice. He just...
100%.
When you tell him something, you know it's going to get done. You know you're not going to have to repeat yourself. And you notice if he's not there, which rarely happens, but it's just this one staple that we can kind of, I think that whole presence of him in that group has calmed that group down, and it has taken a lot of the diva out of the receiver position. Because if he's next to you, you can't sit there. He's not even going to enroll you into nonsense. So if you drop a football or what have you, he's not going to say one thing or another or whatever. So if you go to talk to him, he's just going to give you the Kanye shrug and just keep it moving. Who do you got?
Number 19, Amadou. I play.
You just said
I'm sorry.
So you can't be the same person?
Nope, it cannot. That was
Y'all can't say more than...
You don't have any rookie DBs over there, man?
Well, the only rookie DB that I could think about right now is LJ.
LJ. That's a good choice.
LJ,
That's a good one. Yeah, that's a good choice.
I believe,
Not just because of a position.
It's not only that. The kid, he understands he has some issues with his mechanics, but is willing to learn. He's willing to actually shut up and listen. So he'll walk up to me and ask me, hey, what am I doing wrong? And I'll tell him, and he'll fix it up. I truly feel that he's going to be one of those guys that, maybe first 2 games he will not be starting, but he definitely can steal a spot. And he could do big things with the right, mentorship.
He's going to push the depth chart,
Yep.
and he definitely will push the depth chart. So, again, we're coming into this thing understanding that just because you started last year, got nothing to do with OTAs and training camp this year.
We did agree that every spot is open.
That much is true. Who do you got, Los?
I got a few rookies, but being I've been working with the line, I'm gonna go with Gaddafi.
Woo.
Just because the young boy is built like a horse, fucking strong as shit, and he comes to practice. He hasn't missed a practice. Even when he's sick, he's there in his tracksuit, watching, learning. Ideally, we had him on roster as a center, but we got a few, so we could kind of rotate him as a guard because he's strong enough to play it. He's young. He got good knees still. He got good knees and good ankles, so we could just, and he works and he listens. He doesn't argue, doesn't say much. He just, all right, Los, and this and that, and me and Tubby work with him and guide him, and like I said, he's built like a horse.
He reps the team as though he's a day one Patriot. You would have thought that
We can agree that this kid could be the future anchor of this offensive line, to be honest.
There's a few.
Yeah.
I have an honorable mention.
What you got?
My boy Laura. I mean, he hasn't been to enough practices, but the practices he has showed up to, he goes 100% every snap. He blocks like if he's in game. Coach says go 75, he's still going 110. And that's the type of thing you need on the offensive line. Nothing lazy. You need everybody going 100% every snap. So it's an honorable mention.
Indeed. With a 15-game schedule at least, we're definitely going to need everybody to play their part. Last year, there were a few games where we had to kind of move pieces from the defensive line over to the offensive line. Don't see needing to do that this year. We're going to give those guys a shot to play and to get this thing done. And if they don't get a shot in those 15 games, then be on the lookout because we'll schedule more games. We got to get those guys on the field.
Honestly, to say this rookie class is making a lot of veterans scared. They're not showing up to practice.
Indeed. Well, first it was I'm going to show up to practice kind of just to watch, and then they were looking at the numbers. Just so you know, on our Facebook page, in our group page, we actually have the attendance posted every single practice. So as guys were kind of looking to see, I went to this meeting, so I'm in the group, and then they see how many guys actually came out to practice, and then they see some pictures from practice, which we definitely, big shout out to Tabby who gets the pictures and all media stuff done. When they see the pictures, when they see the pictures from practice and they understand, you know what, I don't have a helmet yet. Well, guess what? I'm not going to come to practice with no helmet. I'm not going to go to practice if I don't have pads on because I'm just going to be further behind. Like, it's almost like a shame to be under the standard. So we definitely have set the standard for this year. We definitely have done that. So rookies we've taken care of. Who is the player that you're expecting to, let's say, let's go back this way. I'm not sure if you guys know, every year we choose captains. Captains are not based on previous resume, strictly what you did in OTAs and training camp. Right now, give me two guys that you would say would be front running that you would think that you would put a vote in for a team captain spot. You cannot name yourself, by the way.
Definitely Leo. You know, he's been there since day one. He even off the field, non-football wise, when Pat or anyone calls him, he's there for you. There's more than just football to being a captain or a leader of this team, and Leo proves that every day. And second, it might make history. Remember when I said this? First rookie ever to probably be a captain, Ralph. The kid is on time. He starts the warm-ups. He's the real deal. He starts everything. He's always vocal. Mark my words, we might make history. First rookie captain, man.
Thank you for that, by the way. I would say, for me, I definitely want to give it up to Carlos. Actually, Carlos, like, he comes in and like he's an anchor for that offensive line, and he does everything. Like, same thing. You need him, he's there, and like he's gonna help out whoever can, like whoever needs the help and everything. For my second pick, it's a little tougher. I want to say I have two people, and it's funny enough because they're both actually sitting right here. You have Tubby and Julio.
You need us to clear off, boss?
Both of them.
You gotta tell me twice.
both of them come in and, like, you know, when they speak, like, their voices are heard, man. Like, and they're not shy, like, you know, like actually making their voice heard and, like, you know, telling guys what to do and working with everyone, like, to make the team better as a whole.
If I had to pick, you know, these gentlemen would be definitely considered for captain leadership. They were year one over here. Then I had my brother over here from year two. You know, they take this team and put it in their backs regardless. You know, anything for the team they'll do.
Even if it's running down on
and honestly, you know, just like Tubby said, this kid a rookie could be a captain this year. He leads by example. You know, he does everything for the team, and I wouldn't be surprised if he gets that captain patch this year. You know, Gaddafi is another one. You know, I see him also being a future leader in this team. But honestly, if you're gonna wear that captain patch, it's all about, you know, how you're gonna represent the team, how you're gonna lead the team. How about you, Luis?
Oh, captain-wise. Leo, thank you, by the way. Gracias. Ooh, I get how many picks? 2?
Julio went like 6.
I know, right? He gave a roster.
His math no very good.
No, very good. That's just some English.
I'm gonna go with if I had to say captains, I've been late to a few OTAs, so I'm not gonna lie that I've been late to a few OTAs, and every time I've got there, Julio gets on me. So I would go with Julio because he just gets on me and he makes sure that I'm stretching, and he's always keeping the tempo for his receivers that can't catch the DBs.
Oh man,
I saw the little chub.
And then, I want to go with Tubbs, my boy Tubby, and Toby. Just I know he was a captain from year one. I wasn't around for year one, but I know that he was a leader and a captain for year one. Nonetheless, I do want to say that if I'm not on the O-line, he's definitely making sure that they all in perspective doing their thing and working. And if I gotta have a conversation with the ball head, and Tubby's gonna run the O-line and do what he gotta do. So I'm gonna go with those two guys.
It's about to get fun. We came here to see you, Coach. You know we came here to see you, Coach.
You guys came to see more important people than me.
No, definitely not. I saw you work last week. It was a thing of beauty, sir.
How you doing?
Pleasure.
How you guys doing?
So you strictly offensive line or line across the board?
Yeah, offensive line.
Offensive line. Man, I told them, I said, you got to see this man work. We're here to see you.
Come on. You got to see me at work a buffet now.
this man knows how to work, man.
I do some damage
My
on
time
Chinese
to go.
buffet.
Oh man. So yeah, this is what we do, man. Yeah, you're gonna see. We're gonna zoom in on that man right there, Coach McLaughlin.
Yeah, last week he had me like.
Yeah, he's a technician. As you can see, they're bringing the toys out here. We got freaking.
Actually, it was his
balls
drills
coming
that I
out.
was watching, that I was telling you about.
Yeah. Rope, tennis ball. Like they bring out all the toys out here. So for another awesome week of New York Patriot football. That sounded like a fart right there, by the way.
Was it? Really, camera?
I
Really?
thought she was gonna say that it was.
Really, camera?
For another week of New York Patriot football, David Patterson. We'll see you next time.
Jasmine for president.